Morning, Mrs. Smith. I'm so glad you could make it today. It seems your son Timmy is having some trouble in my class. He has been placed in school suspension 3 times this semester, and he is now failing. We need to come up with a plan to help Timmy be more successful in school. You're the teacher. Why don't you come up with a plan on your own? Mrs. Smith, I can only help Timmy while he is here at school. I need you to help by following through with the plan at home. Timmy doesn't get in trouble at home. He only has problems at school. You hate him. You're out to get my son. Mrs. Smith, that simply isn't true. I treat your son fairly, just as I treat all of my other students. Timmy told me that you pick on him because he doesn't turn in his homework. That isn't exactly true. I asked Timmy why he wasn't doing his homework. I wanted to know if he needed help with the assignments. He needs extra time. Timmy has a learning disability. I think he's dyslexic. He has ADD. He has ADHD. He has an autism spectrum disorder. He sees a psychiatrist. He has a 504 plan. It's all in his 504 plan. I'm very surprised to hear that Timmy has so many difficulties. There is nothing in his cumulative file to suggest that he needs special education services. Perhaps we should have him tested by our school's diagnostician. No. I want him tested for GT. He's very, very smart. He's a genius. He is definitely gifted. Timmy has never received a grade higher than a C. He isn't passing in any subject. He is only reading on a first grade level. He is in 5th grade, and he can barely recognize basic sight words. He's bored. He doesn't do his work because he's a super genius, and he's bored. He needs to be challenged. All right, Mrs. Smith. I will refer Timmy to our gifted and talented specialist for testing. In the meantime, what can we do to help Timmy bring his grades up? I want you to tutor him. He needs extra help. I would be happy to tutor Timmy. I have tutoring groups after school on Mondays and Wednesdays. Timmy is welcome to come either day. No. Timmy is busy then. He plays soccer, and football, and baseball, and basketball, and he is on the swim team and the tennis team, and he rides horses competitively. Perhaps it would be best if Timmy gave up some of his after-school activities until he brings his grades up. After all, what is more important? Playing sports or passing the 5th grade? Why, oh, you don't understand. Timmy plays select soccer. He's good. He's really, really good. He had his picture in the paper. I have the clipping in my purse. If you want to see it, well then, perhaps I could tutor Timmy during recess. He could stay in with me 1 or 2 days a week until his grades improve. No, no. Timmy has to go outside. He has to play with his friends. If he doesn't play outside, he has panic attacks. It's all in his 504 plan. Did you read it? It's all in there. He has to have recess. Mrs. Smith, I'm not sure what you want me to do. It's your fault that he's failing. You aren't teaching him right. I talked to all of the other parents, and they say you teach differently than the other teachers. If you taught the way they teach, he would be passing. I'm very surprised to hear that. Especially since all of the 5th grade teachers plan our lessons together. Timmy says you make it too hard on purpose. You make him learn too much. Mrs. Smith, I teach the curriculum given to me by the state. I only teach the material that the students are required by law to know. Are you calling Timmy a liar? He would never lie to me. If he says you are making it too hard, then it's true. He always tells the truth. You're the liar, liar. It seems that our conference is not being very productive, Mrs. Smith. Perhaps it would be best if we rescheduled for a time when an administrator can be present. No, that won't be necessary. I'm going to the principal to complain about you right now. I'm going to tell her what a horrible teacher you are and how you won't tutor Timmy. I'm a taxpayer. I pay your salary. You work for me. I think it would be best if you leave now. Mrs. Smith, you haven't heard the last of this. I'm going to the school board. I know people. My mother knows a lady who has a friend that goes to the same hairstylist as the superintendent's 3rd cousin. I'm going to tell them what an awful teacher you are and how you pick on Timmy and make him learn too much. You'll never work as a teacher again. I wish that were true. Goodbye, Mrs. Smith.